What's going on, guys? Spotter here for Destiny, bringing you some information on the DLC, the upcoming DLC, The Dark Below, that's due out in December of this year for Destiny. And again, take all this stuff with a grain of salt. It's stuff that was pulled out of Destiny's database, and obviously we've seen some other stuff where somebody's game got glitched and it actually showed up these mission markers. So none of this stuff is set in stone, and a lot of these images are going to be just placeholder images, because they do match some of the images that we already have for armor and or weapons. All right, but we have a pretty good listing here of raid armor. We've got a bunch of exotic equipment, weaponry. We have a listing of the missions, as well as some of the PvP maps that are going to be coming out. So again, it's not 100%. They're probably not even done the DLC yet, so this stuff is subject to change, but I wanted to bring it to you because there's some interesting stuff here. So, looking at the exotics, we have a bunch of armor items for each of the classes. Looks like we've got, a complete armor set in exotic equipment here, including the helmets, the chest armor, the gauntlets and boots. Although some of it we don't have boots for the warlock. It doesn't look like we have chest armor for. We only have chest armor for the warlock. Okay, so the warlock doesn't get boots, so they get chest armor. So I don't know how that balances with what Zur usually sells on a weekly basis, but I don't know. He sells a lot of helmets, so I'd like to see some hunter gauntlets and boots. So that's good if that's going to be the case, because all I have is chest armor and helmets. All right, and then we have some weapons that are identified here. The Necrochasm with arc damage and auto rifle. Eternity is very close. Can you feel yourself slipping? Again, the Dark Below, keep in mind the Dark Below is all going to be all about the Hive, and we're going to talk about that in the missions. Again, Crota's End being the raid. We talked about the sword. We had a mission, the Sword of Crota, right? So the raid's going to be quite, kind of interesting. Punk Prayer, the scout rifle. That's No Land Beyond is the sniper rifle. Every hit blazes the path to our reclamation. Devil's Due in Dragon's Breath, solar damage, rocket launcher, burn the world, burn it all. Looks kind of interesting with the shark. It's like a Sharknado. It's a Sharknado attack. All right, then we've got raid armor and raid weapons, and I do like the raid weapons. And the raid armor, there's going to be something interesting about that, because there was an article that was posted, and I'll link you to that as well, that it looks like the level cap might go up to 32. So this raid armor, your typical exotic armor is not going to get you to level 32. It's going to be the raid armor that's going to get you to level 32. And there's talk about, looking at the database, that the Crota's End raid is going to be a level 28 raid on normal difficulty, a level 32 raid on hard difficulty. So that's interesting. So we'll want to get some of that raid armor. Obviously, you're going to be able to get, if that is the case, so you can be level 32, for the hard difficulty, you're going to have to get drops in the normal difficulty raid, drops for armor to at least get you to 31. So there might be a combination of two. I don't know if you have to get the full raid set, if it's going to be distributed across each of the armor pieces to get you to 32, or it's going to be you only need one or two to get to 32. So we don't know yet. We'll have to see what happens. Okay. So we've got raid armor for the warlock. I'm not sure about the T1, T2. I'll link you to the thread. You guys can look through it. So we got the warlock, the hunter, looking at the Shroud of Flies. They gather with death steps. It's a cloak. It's pretty cool. And then the Titan. All right, raid weapons. We've got the Word of Crota, a hand cannon with arc damage. There was life, and he spoke unto it, and it was silent and lived no more. The Abyss Defiant, the Fang of Iryut. Okay, the Oversoul Edict, a Sword Breaker. Looks like an arc damage shotgun. Looks like. If you're going to face down a knight with an Ascendant Blade, bring an Ascendant Gun. Nice. The Light of the Abyss, the Black Hammer, the Fist of Crota, and the Song of Iryut. And we got some raid ships, Light in the Abyss and Bane of Dark Gods. Now, just going over the missions, and again, this stuff was already even on the map. It's already been on the map. So we got the Seeding, Old Russia story, investigate the return of ancient hive wizards preparing Earth for Crota's reign. The Veil Lifted, also in Old Russia, root out the hive beneath the Cosmodrome and discover a long-hidden secret of the Golden Age. the last of the story missions. So there are only 3 story missions. The Awakening, stop the Hive from summoning Crota and consuming our worlds, and that's in Ocean of Storms on the moon. Then we have the 2 strikes. This is one, I mean, the Jovian complex we've been to in old Russia. A new hive brood gathers its strength beneath the Cosmodrome. Find their master and purge them. And when we have the Hypogeum, Meridian Bay, Mars, the resurrection of the Black Garden has begun. Stop the Vex before the Garden's heart beats again. And of course, the raids, Crota's End, and that's, Crota's End is identified in the weekly update. Bungie actually names it in the weekly update, Crota's End, right? Ocean of Storms, Moon, he waits in the dark below. I can't wait. The raid's going to be good. It was fun to go through the Vault of Glass at least the first time and come up with a strategy for it. All right, and then we have supposedly they're going to be adding a level 28 strike playlist, which is good. They only have a level 24 right now, and it's pretty useless running that strike, the Vanguard strike, right? So we got Vanguard level 28 strike playlist coming. City of the Dead PvP maps now. We've got, looks like 5 of them at least. RM Chaos on Mars. We've got Pantheon, the Black Garden, Mars. The Cauldron, Ocean of Storms, Moon. The Refinery, Kaiser Sea, Mars. And Skyshock, Old Russia, Earth. Now, in the second article that I was looking at, they talked about the Trials of Osiris, and I've seen information about that, and supposedly that's an event where you get ticket drops in regular Crucible to get invited to this tournament. It's like a tournament, Trials of Osiris, and you go into this tournament. I think if you lose 3 times, you get kicked out. You need another ticket, but there's some specific rewards that you can get while playing in the Trials of Osiris. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but there is talk about that. And also talk about it being a new faction. So you earn rep and special currency, and then you can possibly purchase higher-end gear, and I'm sure there are going to be drops that are specific to the Trials of Osiris. Some of the new listings also suggest that players will be able to tweak the appearance of vehicles with the use of shaders. The addition of a ship parts crafting material would probably apply to the Sparrow and hopefully some other upgradable rides. Possibly a new consumable might be coming to the game, much like the existing consumables that temporarily increase the amount of glimmer earned from defeating a specific enemy faction. Okay? So that's about it from what I can see and all the sites that I've been looking at lately. It looks like we've got a fair amount of content on the way, fair amount of equipment and weapons, and I know people might be saying, oh, there are only 3 story missions, but you got 3 story missions, you got 2 strikes, and a raid. That's a lot of content. I mean, the raid is going to take you a while to get through. If it was anything like the Vault of Glass was when it first came out, it'll be interesting to see what the Crota's End is going to turn out like, and I'm looking forward to the strikes as well. So, hey, it is what it is. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any comments on this stuff? And let me know underneath the video player in the comments section. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We've got just a month and a half or so. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be out in December, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hope you are too. I'm Spider, and I'm out.